Hey there, Cancer. How are you doing? Welcome to Airy Fairy Tarot. I'm Fairlight, and you are my last reading of the night. So, there's quite a bit coming through. I'm using a couple of different decks. I meditated on the energy and felt a lot of love coming through. But that doesn't mean that what you're experiencing is easy. um Before I saged everything, I told the cards that I was doing Cancer energy next. And I like to say, and I was going to keep it out, but then I felt like I should shuffle it. But you got the Magus on top of the Fool. So something tells me you are starting something brand new. Or there's something that wants to come forth that's like that. There's just all this other stuff you got to deal with first. So I'm like, oh my gosh, where do I start? Well, so even in this deck, the first card that came out was the Magician. So just know you are in a major, cycle of manifestation right now. As you speak it, so it is. Your manifesting power is just really huge right now, and don't doubt that. Don't doubt yourself. Please don't doubt yourself, because I'm sure you heard it said before, and if you haven't, then I guess it bears repeating. You can put all your energy into something you don't want and then just watch it unfold, or you can really believe and put all of your energy into what you really want, and you can just watch it unfold. So, all right, so the next thing the guides were wanting to talk about, the Lovers card came out, and they came out reversed, and then I don't even know what happened, and then all of a sudden it was upright. Sometimes I go into a dimensional time warp or something. I don't know what happened, but anyway, so what I feel like it's telling me with these other cards, and I don't need to list every little card, maybe I will, I don't know. It feels like your partner, if you have a lover or a business partner or whatever it is that would equal partner to you, it could be your alter ego, it is the sign of Gemini, whatever, is kind of hampering, dampening, I don't know what word to use, is kind of dampening your power. It's like, if you were a witch and you were doing this magic spell and you're right at the height of it, I guess I can relate to this scenario, and then all of a sudden the kids walk in and completely distract you from what you're doing, and it's like they fizz out your power, they diffuse what you were working on, and they're well-meaning, and you never know, their timing is probably divine, but at the same time, sometimes divine timing is to show you how easily you allow yourself to be distracted, or how easily you put yourself on hold for others. And I'm feeling like that's the ding, ding, ding. That's what your guides are wanting to address. Are you putting yourself on hold for your lover, for your partner, for your kids, for your whatever? Are you allowing others to be the reason that you are sabotaging yourself? And Cancer, I tell you what, that fucking hits me to the core, because that's something I've always done. I relate to that so much. I have Saturn in Cancer in my 7th house. And if you know anything about astrology, and if you don't, the 7th house is the house of partnerships. Cancer is the mother energy. And Saturn rules Capricorn, and I'm a Capricorn and all this stuff. And I didn't even mean this to be about me, but whatever. If it makes you comfortable, I'm telling you, hopefully it makes you comfortable. So I relate to this in a very big way. And so it's interesting how much yellow I'm looking at in this whole scenario. I want to speak out all the cards right now, but pretty much that sums it up. You've got 2 major arcanas giving that message. You've got 2 minor arcanas giving that message, that You want to protect the sanctity of a marriage, or respect the foundation. You want to protect your home, your partnership, your happy family, whatever it is. However, you're trying to manifest something that it's like you have to sneak away. I will show. It's like you have to sneak away in order to get anything done on your behalf. But, all right, I guess I am just going to show them all to you. So much yellow in this card. Quite a bit of yellow in this card. And we've got lots of yellow in these two cards. So, and there's fear implied. I don't want to show every single card, but the card underneath is, why not? But then, okay, so we've got so many cards. The cards just want to give you so much. So first, I want to acknowledge all the yellow. Now, I don't know if you're into the chakras. Some of you are, some of you aren't. But I'm going to talk a little bit about the chakras, each of the main 7 chakras that we use. And I know there are people that don't do the chakra system, and I honor all paths, but please honor that there's a point to all this. The yellow, especially, when yellow shows up over and over and over again, it's talking about personal power. Yellow corresponds to the solar plexus chakra. It's that personal sunshine. It's your personal power. So when yellow is showing up quite a bit, it's saying, take your fucking power back. I'm dropping F-bombs all over tonight. Take your fucking power back. And it started out saying that, you're divinely aligned. It feels like your soul purpose is right there, asking you to set it free, asking you to open up the flow, open yourself and allow yourself to manifest. Use your power to create the life and the project and the whatever it is. Use your power to manifest that which you most desire. And then the partner comes in, and the kids come in, and the family comes in, and it's like, take your power back. And as a Cancer, I get it. That's the sign of the mother. How do you take your power back? And I'm a mother of 4, a single mother of 4. I totally get it. But you can do this. I'm doing it. You can do this, okay? So that's why I guess I'm feeling like I need to talk a little bit about me, because I'm in the same process. And so take a deep breath. Let's realign ourselves. Don't go into panic about, I've got to do this. Oh no, I have to manifest, but I did. This is not intended to stress you out. So take a deep breath. You can do this. That's all this is telling you. You have the power to do this. You have the power to manifest. And if you can even own that maybe you are manifesting the distraction, and maybe it's pointing to an underlying self-worth issue. I have to sneak away to get anything done for myself because I'm not worthy of doing what I want. I have to exist for everybody else. And we do, especially if you have a family, or especially if you have a partner. We are here to work together. We are here to be of service to others. We are here for that. But that's not the only reason. We have a self because there is so much excitement about being this self. Being this self. Ooh, baby. So I feel like I got off on a tangent there, but whatever. I feel like it was meant to be. And the guides are like, no, keep going. So I'm going to keep going. I hope you don't mind. I think you're being asked to address the belief that you have that you're going to let your family down if you embrace what's true for you. And just breathe that in for a minute. Like that's a deep belief inside here. And if you can just for a minute consider that maybe your family doesn't see you that way at all. Maybe your family is your greatest support. Maybe your partner really believes in you and really wants you to go for it. And maybe they don't want to be your reason to fail. Maybe they don't want to be the excuse for you to sabotage yourself. Now, that's not meant to put you into a panic again. You have plenty of time. While I do see that you're at a kind of a destiny point for sure, not even kinda, but kinda. The reason I feel like I'm saying kinda is because right now the energy is saying all of this is for you to accept that it's okay to be powerful. It is okay for you to be powerful. It is okay for you to be the magician. Because you are the magician. We all are the magician. We all are creating our lives, whether we want to own it or not, whether we want the responsibility of it or not. If you give your power away to others, you are using your power to give it to others and disempower yourself. And you're using your power to make others the scapegoat in a way, and that's not to be harsh to you. That's not to call you out in a bad way. It's to give you your power back. You don't have to feel guilty for creating what you want. It's about that belief in yourself, that self-worth. Can you see that when you are in full power, when you are in full personal power, what you can create can benefit everybody else, can benefit your lover or your partner, can benefit your happy home. And it's okay that it benefits you too. This is you being self-created. You might have the support of a partner, as whether romantic or otherwise. You might have the support of a happy home, this structure, But isn't there some sort of a satisfaction that comes through when you know that you did this? You planted this garden, you weeded it, you watered it, you nurtured it, you nourished it, you sang to it, you loved it, you poured yourself into it, and everything came into blossom, everything came into bloom. And you look around at all that you created. This is empowerment. This is self-worth. This is empowerment and self-worth. You deserve this. You absolutely fucking deserve to reap the rewards of all that you put out. And doesn't your family deserve to benefit from that too? Your partner, your whatever. Look at how much more you can do for them when you are full on in your power. All right. So I think of all of these, for now, I'm just going to leave out the Magician. There's other cards that might want to talk, but they're not vibing me. So I'm just going to do that because we've got these other cards. And again, then I come back and I look at all these and I'm like, okay, which ones do I talk about next? Really, it's all the same message over and over and over again, but let's go for it, shall we? I'll go with this one. It really is the same message over and over again. So maybe I won't spend as much time. Maybe I will. I tend to be long-winded and whatever. So, 7 of Cups. This is cautioning you not to get too distracted. And again, it's that thing. It's like you're in the process of manifesting, and then you get distracted. And I feel like this is more of an internal distraction. And even though they're cups, which is like more emotional, I feel like it's kind of a mental thing. It's that Cancerian mother energy. And you don't have to be a mother for this to apply to you. Obviously, whatever, whoever you are, whatever you are, take what resonates, and let all the rest just be metaphorical if it's not, if it's not your particular. And I'm sure you know that, but I just say that. Excuse my scratchy voice. I'm actually a singer, but whatever. Okay, so I do kind of feel like, while on the outside, people or situations, the phone rings, whatever, things show up that interrupt what you're doing or distract you from what you're doing or derail the direction you're going in. But I'm feeling so much that this is a sense of what's in the inside. Every time you start to think and focus on what you would like to do, what you really want to do, you start worrying about everybody else. And well, but maybe they want me to do this, and but these people want me to do this, and this person wants me to do this, and you get so trapped in wanting to please everybody else that you really, then you just end up getting on Facebook and nothing gets done. And then you beat yourself up for it mentally and emotionally, and feel bad, and it really leads to more and more procrastination. How do I know that? Because that's what I do. So if you don't want to procrastinate, then you've got to silence the peanut gallery, Stop worrying. Now, if it's a pertinent thing, if you told so-and-so that you're going to do this and it's on your heart, you want to do that, then do that, Complete the tasks so that they're not nagging you while you're focusing on what you want to do. But don't heap so many tasks. Don't allow other tasks to take on so much importance that you never get to doing what you want to do. So be realistic with, okay, this person's really counting on me to do this. I really need to do that. Paying bills, whatever, you know what's important. And make a list for yourself and check it off, and let yourself be important, and make that be, you will check that off the list today. Make a promise to yourself. And you know what? If you don't do it tomorrow. like this is a way to cultivate self-esteem. This is a way to cultivate self-worth. I am worthy of doing that which I want to do. And there is a mirror to this, the other side of it, about you're the magician and all that. And I want to get into it, but I'm feeling like I need to save that for last. I want to just address the negatives really quick, because this is the same thing, You've got the Knight of Swords reversed and the Three of Pentacles reversed. And so it's like either way. It's like if you work on your art or your whatever it is your passion is, if you follow through with what your heart is asking you to do. I always liken this to the artist, people who are really into painting or music or whatever. It consumes them. It's all they want to do. It's all they live for. It's what they want. Even if they have other important things, they know that this is their soul's purpose. This is what they're here to do. And I'm telling you, you've got something like this, or maybe more than one something. But here's this guilt, If you do that, then it throws you right into negative thinking, worrying, oh, I should be doing this, I should be doing that, I'm letting people down, people are going to judge me if I do this, da, 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 da. And so this is how it was presenting. So you take these worries off the table, you just completely put yourself on the back burner. But don't you see your soul is suffering? Your heart, your being, your truth suffers. Your art suffers. Whatever your art is, even if it's accounting, even if it's working on cars or whatever is your thing, This suffers. So don't sell yourself short. Don't do that to yourself, please, Because the other side of it is the High Priestess and this Knight of Cups. And it's just a sincere offer, a sincere, heart open, a sincere what is the word? It's a gift, whatever. You know what I'm saying. It's an offering to this, the high priestess, and it's the counterpart to this magician. This is your inner wisdom. This is your intuition. This is you. There's so much I want to say, and I don't want to be like a cliche tarot reader. But this is you having an open channel. This is you having an open dialogue with your higher self, with your God, goddess, all that is, divine spirit, love, whatever it is. This is you receiving guidance. Okay, so I'm feeling like you probably are receiving guidance. I feel like everybody is just opening up more and more to their gifts, their psychic, for lack of a better word, their intuitive psychic gifts. Everybody is. And so I feel like you are receiving messages from your guides, from your angels, whatever you want to call it. You're being given the green light to go towards your art, to go towards your soul's calling. You're receiving that this is what you really are here for. Do it. Do it now. Excuse me, getting the hiccups. Do it now. But self-esteem, instead of acting on what you say and know and feel that you really want to be doing, instead of going and doing it, you pick up the phone and get on Facebook or whatever, turn on the television, whatever it is. And this is your guides saying, please listen to that higher guidance. Nourish that. This is an offer from, so this is like your guides directly saying, we are nourishing you. We're offering you fulfillment. We're offering you, we've got you. We're supporting you in this. And so whatever the worries are, maybe you worry that if this is like a money-making thing, or you feel these shoulds, like I should go out and get a job. I can't be investing in time into myself right now. And it's like, no, please know that we've got you. And I don't want to advise anybody to make rash decisions or make foolish choices. You know, you can do this incrementally until the self-esteem and the self-worth is so, until you're like a Leo. I'm here to do this. I believe in myself. I've got that self-worth. It's funny, I was saying that to Aquarius too. Until you've got that full-on self-esteem and your light is shining. This little light of mine, I always sing that. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. All right, that's enough of that. Just let it shine. Let yourself shine. I feel like what they're saying is, we've got you. We wouldn't guide you into peril. That's not what you're here for. And that's not what we're here for. We're not working against you. And sometimes we do get guided into peril. And that's just a whole set of shattering so that we can get in tune with our truth, which is that we are powerful creator beings, and that we are so much more than what we've been led to understand ourselves to be. We are powerful. We are divine beings, and we do receive this guidance. We do receive these messages, and I just feel like this is an offer of love and fulfillment and hope and nourishment. You're gonna be okay. So do what you're here to do. Your guides are asking you. All right. And so finally, I love these two cards. But first I'm going to show you, it's the star. And this came out for Gemini, I think. But it's the star. And I feel like there's this humbleness that often is accompanied with the energy of the star. And so I like to talk about the star a little bit. And so let's talk about roses first, because roses are a little more tangible than the star. Have you ever really spent time communing with a rose? If you haven't, I strongly suggest it. It'll change your life. When you spend time with a rose or with a bouquet of roses, and you just commune, you stare into their faces, their bloom, and you can have this moment where you realize this breathes. This rose is breathing. It's breathing. It's alive. Oh man, it's profound just in that. Roses are alive. They breathe. They live. They are consciousness. And I actually used to sell roses for off and on for 11 years at bars and nightclubs. And the lady I worked for taught me so much. She was such a mentor. And she told me that roses are the highest vibrational beings in this manifested dimension. Take that, and conceptualize it however you want to. And I get it, because roses are a high expression of love. And they are pure beingness. They are pure love. They're pure and authentic and a beauty. So they're love and beauty manifested. And if you think it, they just are beautiful. It just is the nature of the rose to be a thing of beauty. They smell beautiful. They look beautiful. And they're not beautiful to get attention, except for maybe, bees and whatever, but they're just existing that way. They're not trying to get likes on Facebook. They're not trying to get any kind of outside validation. It's just the nature of themselves to be that. And it's a very humble beauty. And that's what the star is. Now we go to the stars, and you look up at the stars, and it's just the nature of the star to be the light. It's just the nature of the star to be the light. It just shines. It's not looking for attention. It just is its nature to shine, whether you look up and notice it or not. But have you ever noticed, like, we can go days, weeks, months even without looking up at the stars. But when you do stop and look up at the stars, it just can take your breath away. Like, oh, wow. There's something so ethereal about stars. There's something so magical, and they carry this energy of hope. And it's just the nature of the star. And I like to say, and stars also, for those who take the time to study the stars provide direction. And in different ways, Sailors have studied the stars to find their ways across the seas. But astrologers study stars to find their way to navigate the energies. And so I feel like coming back to this, you being the star, you've got that own inner light about letting your light shine. And you've got, again, your own personal guidance system. It's almost become like a buzz thing, but I first heard it from Abraham Hicks. You've got your own inner guidance system. You've got your own inner light. Follow the direction that your light shines. Follow in the direction that your light is guiding you towards. And again, there's a humbleness to that. There's a surrendering to your own divinity. And you don't do it to be validated by others. You're just being true to yourself. You've got a job to do. You're nourishing emotions of yourself and others. You're nourishing foundations and the ability to provide greater growth, soul growth of yourself and of others. But this is your soul's purpose. It's the nature of you to be the star. And then the card that clarifies this, I've got this whole story of why I keep this card in the deck. And I don't know how much of it, but I'm going to go into it a little bit, I guess. I received this deck and another deck, my Crowley deck. Both decks used to belong to my grandmother. I had no idea that my grandmother was into tarot. I had no idea. I was raised, especially on that side of the family, that they were all Catholic, and I had no idea. And just recently, my father told me that this grandmother's mother was a tea leaf reader, so that's kind of exciting, I guess. Being a witch runs in the family. But the very first time I ever used this deck, I was at Jerry Bash in Asheville, North Carolina. For those of you that are not deadheads into the Grateful Dead, Jerry Bash is to celebrate Jerry Garcia's birthday. And I strongly recommend you listen to Grateful Dead, la la la. And so I did a reading, my very first reading with this deck, and it was a beautiful reading. And then something just told me to do one more card. And the final card was this one, and I had no idea this was in there. And the message of this card is that you are the creator. You are the artist. And you are finding yourself at a place where maybe you don't know which direction to go. And that's because the way to go is forward. And the path you're being called to has not yet been paved, has not yet been trodden. The art has not yet been painted yet. It's all whatever you want to create. You are being given a blank canvas. Say it again. You are being given a blank canvas. Create whatever you want to. You will manifest your desires. So be true to the greatest artist within yourself. Create that which you truly, truly, truly are inspired to create, are called to create. You've got so much support right now. You're receiving the guidance. It's a blank slate. And whatever you want to create for your partner, whatever you want to create for your family, whatever you want to create for your world, create it. Make sure that you're in the picture too, prominently. Paint yourself into the picture that where you want to see yourself, what you want to see yourself doing, the effect you want to see what you're doing has. And this is the slate you're ever going to be given. All right, I just received a notification that I've received maximum limit, so it looks like it's still recording. I'm going to hope that this captures it all. If not, well, then it didn't. But I think you've got the message, okay? It's all you, baby. Create your dream. All right. So much love to you, Cancer. I love Cancerian energy. My favorite Cancer, of course, is my oldest child. She has been the most divine, loving, beautiful, wonderful partner in life, which she shouldn't have had to be, but she stepped up and was, because I'm a single mom. And I just love Cancer energy. And I do feel like saying, you're creating something special. You are a leader in this paradigm shift. There's no pressure in it. Just allow yourself that empowerment, okay? If you would like a reading from me, a personal reading, hit me up at airyfairytarot@gmail.com. Also, you can find me on Facebook, and I would love to do readings for you. But whatever, just go live your best life. Peace. Thanks. Bye.